sophomores in Wallace.
Broadcasting live from Wallace, Idaho, home of the Wallace Miners, this is Channel 3 Sports.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Kirby Kulich Court for tonight's matchup between Bonners Ferry and the Wallace High School Miners. Pause for the Star Spangled Banner. Us and introduce the players. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kirby Kulich Court. Starting lineups are being announced. I'll turn it over to Dan McGee for the
Bailey
Bonners
Blackmore's just been introduced. She's a post for the Badgers, and Sierra Pettish, number 14, starting for the Badgers. Sierra Hill, number 23, and number 25, Emma Pinkerton.
And now for your hometown Wallace girls varsity basketball Miners. Starting for Nicole Farkas's squad. Introductions this evening by social studies teacher Jared Schaber. Starting for the Miners, a senior, number 3, Megan Morin. Another senior, number 12, Sarah Johnson. Number 20, a sophomore, Jaden House. Other sophomore, 23, Ellie Welch. And rounding out the Wallace starting lineup, number 45, Brianna Bergam. Officials for tonight's game, Dave Oakes, Brad Andrzejczyk, and Tom Gasper. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Joined here tonight by Dan McGee, well-known pillar of the Wallace community. We're happy to be joining you here on a nice Tuesday night in Wallace.
Thanks,
McGee,
Barry.
how you doing?
Thanks, Barry. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Badgers got a husband and wife coaching team. Travis Hinthorn is the head coach. His wife just coached the JV team to a victory for the Badgers. We got jumping for the Miners is Megan Morin. And it looks like the Badgers control the tip, and they're working against a 2-3 zone for the Miners. Working around into the post there. Looked like a double dribble, no call underneath, and basket for the Badgers. Pretty quick work.
Here come the Miners. Welch will inbound the ball to Jaden House. She'll bring it up to the floor, facing a man-to-man defense by the Badgers. Begins it with a left side pass to Welch. Dribbles back towards the middle. Under stiff defensive pressure. And a foul call. Wallace ball on the side. First foul of the game called on 31 of the Bonners Ferry Badgers. Who's 31 there?
31. Not showing a
13.
13 is Mia Blackmore.
Okay. Ball's inbounded. House gets a good look above the free throw line and scores the first Wallace basket. And here come back the Badgers. Full court pressure broken easily by the Badgers. They pass ahead. 14. Well defended by Johnson.
Good
Out of bounds. Wallace ball.
Nice defense by Johnson. Didn't leave her feet. That was the
First substitute of the game in. Here comes Mia Blackmore. We had to sign her a foul before she even got in the game.
Sorry, Mia.
Full court pressure by the Badgers. Inbounded the ball to Welch. Johnson goes to House left side. Gets it across the timeline. Under pressure. Past Ellie Welch right side. Pivoting, looking towards the middle to Johnson. Gets a shot just below the free throw line for another Wallace basket. Well done, Wallace, sharing the ball early on here.
And that shot's up. Wallace rebound. Lost my minor roster there. There we go. Okay.
Ball out of bounds to the Badgers. Bonners Ferry substituting early and often here. And back into the game, or for the first time, comes number 4, Cara Villaloo. She was one of the starters, came out for a quick break, and now she's back in the game.
Interesting, Barry. She wasn't on varsity until this game, and then she gets the start. So pretty good promotion.
Very good. Always good to see early in the year kids getting an opportunity.
That opportunity, the Badgers are short a couple of players, so they brought one up.
Earlier in the season on November 26th, the Badgers beat Wallace 65.
Miners get a steal.
And controlled by the Badgers.
Long shot from the corner, and it's good. Three-pointer for Bonners Ferry. Bonners leads 5-4.
Bonners Ferry shot the ball in their first meeting very, very well, which they won 65-52. That was November 26th.
Miners on a break, and it's 12 for the Miners.
Sarah Johnson fouled on a drive to the hoop. Miners.
He took it straight down the court, got to all the way to the basket, and got fouled.
Johnson rewarded with a couple free throws. She'll set up to shoot the first. Just short. Substituting in the game for the Badgers, Sierra Pettish.
Out comes number 25, Emma Pinkerton.
Second shot. Up from Johnson and good. Tie ball game early on.
Miners
Wallace
put on a little pressure. Got a
trap.
trap,
The
good
midcourt
trap.
line stolen by Johnson. Johnson drives. Two
Very
more.
nice. Beautiful. Timeout, Bonners Ferry.
Before we go to the timeout, I just want to thank a few of the Wallace High School sponsors: McDonald's, NASCO, Zanetti Brothers, and Ace Hardware. Thank you for your support.
Thanks.
Will, am I muted? But I'm not.
All I believe we're back, so we'll
Welcome back to the game. We come back in. Wallace has a 2-point lead with 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Bonners Ferry inbound the ball, looking at a Wallace 1-3-1 zone.
kind of surprised the Miners took the pressure off after forcing a turnover on their first show of it. So Bonners working the ball around perimeter, getting a little good pressure on the outside by the Miners. Long shot, the Miners rebound, bringing the ball down the court.
Jaden House from deep up top on top of the key hits a three-pointer to give the Miners a 5-point lead. Great shooting by Jaden House. It's no wonder. She's a hard worker. Works on her craft
And
a lot.
that's a steal in there by the Miners.
Sarah Johnson jump stops at the free throw line.
Oh. Patted around. The Miners got the rebound. Another shot off, and no good. Badgers rebound. And the Miners stay in their 1-3-1.
Nice ball handling shown by Vallace. And a right side jump stop jumper. Good by, by Sierra Pettish.
Yep.
Badgers come out in full court press. Miners
And
just
they
about
force
get
a
it.
turnover. Long shot off from three. No good. And foul on the Miners. What's that on? Is that Ferry? You got the.
We got 21 on the Miners. Fouls called on, on Sarah Johnson. That's her first foul of the game. Sarah Johnson. So at the line for the Badgers, number 2, Bailey Blackmore. First shot up. No good. Subs into the game. Into the game for the Miners, number 30, Skylar Hill. And for the Badgers, number 10, Sadie Hill. And
25, Emma Pinkerton.
okay. Second shot for Blackmore up. No good. Rebound, Morin saves it, inbounds the house. Right side to Welch. Welch back up. Facing a, looks like,
And a man.
yeah, that's a man. Man defense. Shot from the left side, no good. Rebound, Bonners Ferry, but the Miners are on them right away. 4 back. Bonners does a good job to handle that pressure.
Miners make a little trap. Get out of it.
Shot from the outside by Pinkerton, no good. Foul called on the Badgers. Will be Miners' ball.
Badgers still have the full court pressure on.
Foul was called on 13, Mia Blackmore.
They're going man-to-man on the full court pressure here. Oh, no.
Looking for that trap just past the half-court line, which the Miners do well to break. Still comes to a stop. Welch has an open look, but passes it up and tries to get the ball inside. Thrown away, Badgers ball. Once again, these two teams met November 26th. It was a close game within 1 point at halftime, if I believe, and
Miners come out showing pressure again this time. Badgers break the press. Move the ball down around there, moving it around. The Miners are back in the zone.
Bonners Ferry doing a great job of moving the ball. Lots of times in the zone the ball sticks, and that's where the offense gets in trouble.
I think that's going to be
Foul called on the Miners. Foul's called on Megan Morin for the Miners. That'll be her first foul. Into the game for Bonners Ferry for
four. That's Villaluz.
Vallace.
Or Villaluz. Badgers are getting 3 chances there, and they finally make the last one.
Wallace doing a very nice job of handling the pressure. Sharing the ball, moving it back and forth here. They're in danger of getting 10-second violation, but they do well to break the break. Pass right side to Johnson, who shoots a short jumper. No good. Rebounded by Hill, and she was fouled on her putback attempt. So she'll shoot 2 free throws. it's really nice sitting up here and staring across the gymnasium at the brand new mural that was paid for by all of our sponsors here.
Beautiful mural.
Really adds a lot of life to the gym. Wallace's rooting squad is about 50 or 60 strong tonight. Looking good.
Can you give our viewers a little shot of the mural? There we go. Oh, back to the game. Good, thanks. And that one's in and up and in.
All right, Wallace first points in a few minutes there. Good to get back on the board. 11-9 here with 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Honors Ferry just about breaks the press, but they're scrambling to do so. Nice feed, 23, Sierra Hill scores a basket.
Miners are going to have to do something about getting some rebounds underneath there. They're giving too many chances away to the Badgers.
Honors Ferry playing some aggressive defense here early on. Varsity just fouled on an inbound attempt. That's her first foul. And on the inbound attempt, there was a foul called by referee Brad Andersak for a moving screen. Back into the game for the Badgers, number 14, Pettish.
Sierra Hill will inbound for the Badgers. Right underneath again, and the Miners avoid giving up another easy one underneath this time. So.
The Miners are well organized. They do a great job of running through their offense, trying to get themselves open shots. They don't force a lot of shots. Nice job. Welch dribbles left side, stuck on the baseline, and
tied up. We got a jump ball.
Tied up. Our
and
first jump ball.
Boners.
About a minute and a half here left in the first. We got a tie game. Good effort put forth by both teams so far.
Like the Miners drop back into a 2-3 zone now.
Honors Ferry does a great job of getting the ball inside. Now it's back out on the right side. Up top to Varsity. She passes back right side. A corner three-point attempt. Good by Honors Ferry's number 25, Emma Pinkerton. Honors Ferry right back to the full court pressure. Handled by Hill, gets stuck in the corner. Throws a pass to Sarah Johnson, who did her best to save it, but threw it back to the Badgers. Badger ball with a minute left in the first quarter and a 3-point lead. And another corner three-pointer, this time from the left side by Honors Ferry's 23, Sarah Hill.
Back-to-back threes have given the Badgers a 6-point lead, and now they've stolen the ball again on the break and a lay-in. Badgers lead 19-11.
See if the Miners can weather this storm here as the first quarter ends. Take care of the ball, try to get a good shot off. Nice job. Press is broken. Welch has it. Left side, passes Jaden House. That's her spot. 3-point attempt.
Oh.
Good.
Squared up very nicely and drained that three. Good shot.
She doesn't shoot many off-balance shots. She does a good job of keeping her feet underneath her and coming up under balance.
And a nice
steal by House. Pass to Welch. Left side, 5 seconds remaining. The drive, no good. Rebound, put back, no good by House. She gets another one. And the quarter ends.
Multiple chances for the Miners there on that fast break. But first quarter ends with the Badgers up 19-14.
Wallace comes out again in their 2-3 zone. Once again, Badgers get the ball right down low. Number 2, Bailey Blackmore. Bailey Blackmore's having a good game. I had a chance to go over some of the game stats from the previous game these two teams played, and boy, did Bonners Ferry do a good job of getting the ball inside right on the block, and that's where a lot of their points came from. Okay. Break for the Miners. Foul called. Well, it looks like an out-of-bounds call there on the far sideline. Once again, Bonners comes with the pressure. Inbounded to House. Passes off to Welch. Looking for that trap right beyond the half-court line. Wallace does it great. Very good. 5-point game. Boy, those three-pointers can change things in a hurry, can't they? Let's hope we can defend them. Berger doing a good job holding their ground down low. Out of bounds off the Miners. Back to Bonners Ferry, and then a couple subs. Johnson comes in for the Miners, in for Morin. And number 10, Hill, will come in for Emma Pinker. They look similar. That would be, I'd have to make a guess, but I'd say so. Tied up by Welch and Pettish. Oh, jump ball, but one of the referees has a foul call. 14. Pettish gets that foul. That's her second of the game. Bonners Ferry staying with the inbound, giving Wallace a few different looks on that full court pressure. Oh, Wallace doing well to handle it. Not getting many layups out of it, but getting the ball past the court and getting a chance to set up into their offense. Hill has the ball right side. Passes up top to Johnson, left side of the House. She's made one there already. Wallace pulls within 3, and that'll force Bonners Ferry to call a quick timeout. It's been a long day, Dad. Not doing math right now. Can you help me out with the math? There you go. There you go. Welcome back. Shot from the corner,
Okay,
not a three-pointer. Hit by Bonners Ferry, number 23, Sierra Hill. Sierra Hill's having a good game so far. Taking open shots. Welch is tied up just past midcourt. Another jump ball.
One of the few times the Miners have been trapped on that press, but they've got it back on the jump ball.
Just a slow, methodical press break. If we can do that each and every time, we'll be in good shape. Can't get the ball past midcourt, we can't score it. Wallace wants the ball in Jaden House's hands as much as possible. She's showing the hot hand tonight. Turnover. And number 2 for the Badgers goes full court, Bailey Blackmore. Nice play. Tyler Hill brings it up. Right side, pass to the middle, Johnson. Nicely done. Pass to the corner. Wonderful passing by the Miners, which results in a good look. Shot attempt by Hill, and she was fouled. She'll shoot 2. Great passing and teamwork there.
Yeah, very nice.
First 2 is up. Good.
And she makes the second one as well. Miners within 4. It's 25-21, Bonners Ferry.
A competitive first half so far. Fairly similar to the last game.
The Miners get the rebound.
Corner.
They'll bring it up.
Here comes Welch, working left side. He reverses dribble back to the middle, and she's fouled.
Foul on 25, Emma Pinkerton for the Badgers.
Miners will be shooting free throws for the remainder of the half. The 8th team foul for Bonners Ferry. Wallace has 3 at this.
Is Ellie Welch at the line?
Bonners Ferry using lots of their bench this evening to combat the loss of one of their best players. In the previous game, number 21, Holly Ansley, had 34 points on 25 shots. But she's out tonight.
Welch misses the front end of the one-on-one, and Bonners Ferry rebounds. But
nice defense down low by Berger, who knocks the ball away. Controlled by the Miners. Welch brings it up. Passes right side. Bonners Ferry's playing man-to-man. Jump shot, free throw line, no good. Rebound Johnson. Back cut by Welch. Well done. Pass off. Coach Farkas encouraging her girls to pass and cut. Man-to-man defense. And a foul call
by Shearer on.
Timeout called by the Miners. Their first full timeout.
Was the foul on Sierra Hill there? 23 of the Badgers. I thought that was.
They have 45 on the board. I think that was a Wallace.
Oh, okay.
Yep, offensive foul call.
Already.
Brianna Berger for a moving screen.
Already.
All right, welcome back. I had an opportunity to sit down with Nicole Farkas, coach of the Miners this morning actually. Talked to her about some of the strengths and weaknesses of her teams, and she talked to me and she said that these girls are really getting along well. That she thinks one of their strengths is their chemistry together, the way they work hard together, where they practice, and that has carried over in the game so far. Right now they're showing zone defense, another one of their strengths that she's in. Zone defense isn't just sitting back and guarding one spot. You got to be very active to do it, and the Miners are showing that activity this evening. Boy, Skylar Hill's running from side to side out there.
The Miners moved in to trap them and knocked it loose momentarily, but here we go. The Miners just rebounded. Skylar Hill on the rebound. She brings it up the court.
Welch has the ball, passes to House, right side, passes up a shot, dribbles right down the lane, left-hand layup, no good. Rebound, Hill. Her put back attempt, and she's fouled. Well,
right back to the line for her. She made her last 2 free throws. That was on Blackmore. Ferry for 13. No misses the first one there.
4-point game. Just under 4 minutes left. Very competitive. Second shot by Hill is up. Looked good. Rimmed off the back. Controlled by Bonners Ferry. Back to the 2-3 zone for the Miners. Bonners Ferry reverses right side. Trying to get the ball inside. They know they're going to have to get the ball inside today to beat the Miners.
Badgers back off their press, and Miners bring it up.
Their man-to-man defense against Jaden House, but she is working really hard to get open.
Thought the Miners are going to get a free throw there. Guess not.
Controlled by Bonners. Sierra Hill brings it down, gets it inside to Bailey Blackmore, who's fouled. She'll have a 2-shot attempt. Back to my conversation with Coach Farkas, she was stressing one of the team's strengths, being a good zone defensive team, is that she has a number of quick players. She pointed to Ellie Welch and Sarah Johnson, who are very quick, and they're very active on top of the zone. One of the things she said that the Miners had to do this evening, and they've done a great job so far, is limiting the turnovers. And she stressed one more key to the game would be to handle the pressure, which they have done very, very well this up to this point. Nobody's gotten too crazy out there.
Been very patient.
Second shot attempt by Blackmore, off rim, rebound. Honors Ferry. Blackmore is very active this evening. Misses a close shot, rebounded. 2 second shot attempts for Bonner's Ferry. Wallace has to do a better job of defensive rebounding.
Multiple opportunities that once again are hurting the Miners.
Marcus is looking for an explanation from veteran official Dave Oakes.
That one's in. 27-21, Bonner's Ferry. And Sadie Hill makes the second shot as well. 28-21, Bonner's Ferry. Uh-oh. Well, the Miners lost that one on the press.
Sometimes it's good to back off the press and then come back with it after a team showing the ability to handle it.
Good pressure by Skylar Hill. She gets the steal, and the Miners bring it up and throw it away.
Nice attempt. Coach Farkas is stalling our girls to get back on defense.
Pass hands by Skylar Hill. She knocked another one loose, but Bonner's picked it up.
Rare three-point attempt for the Badgers. Falls short. Rebound House brings it up right side. Badgers are guarding Jaden House with the player, and the rest of the players are playing some type of zone out there.
Double dribble.
House is doing what she can, though, on both sides to make things happen.
Back to the Miners, down 28-21, 2:15 left in the second quarter.
Into the game for the first time tonight, number 40, Grace Hunter. She'll come in and give Skylar Hill a rest. Welch inbounds to Jaden House, right back to Welch. Honors Ferry back to the zone. Three-point attempt from House off right.
Badgers bring it back.
Ooh, Ellie Welch did a nice job of contesting that shot without fouling. And House handles man-to-man pressure. Passes left side to Johnson, who drives the lane for a layup attempt, no good. Rebound for Bonner's Ferry, number 23, Sierra Hill. Villaluz has it, passes left side to Blackmore, who passes to Sadie Hill for a three-point attempt, which falls short. And foul Bonner's Ferry.
That should send the Miners to the line in the double bonus.
Aiden House will be shooting 2 fouls. Miners average 45, almost 46 points a game this season. They've been giving up 41, so they are below their offensive output and just behind their defensive output. So let's hope they can tighten up the defense in the second half. In fact, Bonner's Ferry scored 62 in the last game. 64.
Who was that against, Barry?
That was called on 23 for 23. Sierra Hill picks up
second free throw up and in.
Game.
Miners are back within 5, 28-23. Job of stopping the drive there. What do we got there? Bush?
Foul on the baseline. That was called on number 3, Megan Marin. Thank you. I've been mispronouncing her name, Megan Morin. Will be substituted for, as that's her second foul. She's discussing it with number 2, Blackmore, before she comes out of the game.
And I think this is the first appearance for Chloe Selke.
Chloe Selke, what number is she? Yeah.
33, did I see her come in?
First appearance for Chloe Selke. Chloe's a junior, 5'8" post.
Oh, I might have missed. I think she came, maybe that was 23 that came in. It was Ellie Welch.
Oh, you read the girl on the baseline down now. Selke's in.
Oh, is she in there?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Welch comes flying in for the rebound, ties up Bonners Ferry, and it'll be Bonners Ferry ball. Minute 20. Miners face a 6-point deficit. Checking into the game for Bonners Ferry, number 23, Sierra Hill. She comes in for 4, Villaluz.
Chloe Selke, who just checked in, is new to the minor program. St. Regis transfer, is that correct? I believe so. And that one's up and off and out of bounds to the Miners, I believe. Minute 12 left in the half, and the Miners will inbound.
Be nice to keep chipping away at this lead. Inbound the Welch, they try to jump the return pass. Johnson does a nice job. Throws it away. Intercepted by Sierra Hill, who passes up to 25. Emma Pinkerton is fouled on a shot attempt. She'll shoot. Bonners Ferry's doing a good job of varying their looks. They're giving Wallace different looks on defense. One-time press, one-time half-court pressure. They've been changing up the defensive looks on Jaden House.
That foul on Ellie Welch is her first. And first free throw is up and in, and it's 30-23 Bonners Ferry.
Bill came back into the game for Johnson. Everybody doing their best to distract the Badgers, but with no luck that time.
Pinkerton made both her free throws.
There we go. Wallace can get that ball to the center on the break. I think they have a chance. They might be able to turn up court and run. Right now, we need a basket before half. House, left side, three-point attempt, good.
Oh, very nice.
3 for 4 from that spot this evening so far for Jaden House, and that brings the Miners within 5 with a half a minute left. Bonners Ferry comes down, gets the ball inside. Blackmore back outside. Passes around back inside to Blackmore. Goes up, foul on a shot attempt. Foul was called on
Selke, I believe. Nope, 40. It was on Grace Hunter.
Hunter has given the Miners a few valuable minutes here.
Blackmore makes her first free throw, and she's got one more coming.
All net. Good. 23 seconds left. Wallace inbounds, right side the hill. Promptly throws it. Recovered by Hunter. Passes up to Jaden House. Looks right side the hill. 15-footer from the right side.
Very
good. 10 seconds left.
Nice lift, giving the Miners into the half. That shot by Hill. On the way, and we're at half. 33-28. Bonners Ferry leads the Wallace Miners at the half, and we'll be taking our halftime break. Again, as you see the sponsors for the broadcast streaming across the bottom, sure to patronize them. Thank you. We'll go out to break. We're back. It's about 2.5 minutes before the start of the second half. Barry, you've got some halftime stats.
As the Miners come back out to warm up for the second half, take a look at the point totals. Sarah Johnson added 5 points in the first half for the Miners, who were led by Jaden House with 16. Jaden's doing a great job of finding her spot, shooting those three-pointers. Also doing a great job of rebounding down low. Skylar Hill added 5, and Brianna Berger added 2 points for the Miners. On the Bonners Ferry side, Bailey Blackmore has 10 at the half, as does number 23, Sarah Hill. Her sister, I think we decided that's her sister, Sadie has 5, Sarah Pettis with 3, and Grace Aleli with 5 points. Wallace doing a good job of handling that full court pressure, just like Coach Farkas said they wanted to. She wanted to do so in a calm manner, and they're doing a great job. I don't see anybody getting excited. Might be nice to get a couple more layups out of that, but they're doing a good job to handle the pressure and get into their half court sets.
How many points did Blackmore have for Bonners? Bailey Blackmore?
Blackmore had 10 to begin the first half.
She's been giving us lots of problems underneath with the putbacks off of missed shots on the offensive rebound. That has been almost the difference in the game. It's a 5-point game, and her 10 points, a lot of it were putback baskets. So
Bonners Ferry does a wonderful job of getting the ball down low, and that's where Blackmore sets up shots down there.
Revisiting the Wallace schedule a little bit, they've had some good competition against higher level schools. They handled Priest River 41-29. A big win over Potlatch 54-22. Lost to Kellogg 50-32, and to Bonners Ferry at Bonners Ferry 65-52. But a nice win over St. Mary's 48-40 here at Kirby Krulitz Court. Looks like we're getting ready to start the second half, Barry, and it looks like the Miners are bringing it in.
Miners get the first crack at it. Ball's got inbound to Sarah Johnson. Johnson facing a box and one. Badger's not going to mess around and give House any opportunity even tonight. House still working hard to get open, however, stolen by Bonners Ferry's number 14. She lays it up and in. Bonners Ferry comes out, full pressure. Of getting a quick basket. House dribbles left side well, wide open from just inside the 3-point line. Make it a 5-point game. About a half. Coach Miller's book, that's a bad shot. I agree. Bonners Ferry girls just ran into Brianna Berger, and ball seemed to go out of bounds off Bonners Ferry. However, the official give it back to the Badgers.
Good tie-up by the Miners there. That looked like a double dribble, but wow. Couple of good breaks for the Badgers. Looked like a double dribble and then a ball out and back to the Badgers.
Coach Farkas voicing her displeasure with the officiating at this point early in the second half. Nice to see a little fire down there.
Shots up and short.
By Pettis short. Found Morin.
Thought she was going to lose it off her fingertips, but she corralled it.
Good outlet pass up ahead to Welch, who passes inside to Johnson. This is the layup. Foul on the putback attempt. Wallace is going to have to rebound this evening.
Jared Johnson will be going to the line for the Miners.
After the 30-second timeout. Miners have done well to stay in this game. They keep working the ball around. They're getting good shot looks, and they're rebounding the ball fairly well.
Barry, I had a chance to talk with Coach Travis Hinthorn a little bit prior to the game, and sounds like the Badgers are just a few points off from even being undefeated. Their losses have been narrow, with the exception of a 15-point loss at home to St. Mary's when Bonners was short some players, but they beat St. Mary's fairly handily on the road. But their other losses are 1-point loss to Lakeland and a 2-point loss to Kettle Falls.
Both Bonners Ferry girls and men's program.
And That rattles all the way around, but goes in.
Our boys went to Bonners Ferry earlier in the season, played a very competitive game. However, the came out on top. Coach Miller thinks they're going to be one of the better.
Second shot misses.
Wallace showing pressure, almost forced to travel there. Once again, inside Blackmore, who missed the shot. Put back attempt by 10, no good. Boy, Bonners Ferry getting a lot of second shot attempts. Wide open look at the left, on the left side.
Bonners leads 37-31. They keep the pressure on. Foul by number 14 of Bonners Ferry, Sierra Pettish, excuse me. Miners have the ball out of bounds. Bonners keeps the pressure on.
House started once again, and pressure. Actually, the Badgers are playing great man. Berger has the ball right side, drives towards the middle line. No good rebound. Johnson's perfect rebounding position. And tied up. Ball will go back to the line.
37-31, 5:48 left in the third quarter. Miners showing pressure again, and it's batted loose. Scramble for the ball, and Bonners comes up with it.
Shot left side, shot attempt by Blackmore, no good. Shot it inside by Sadie Hill, passes out, middle loop, top of the key. Shot attempt, no good. Once again, Bonners Ferry coming out on top when it comes to defensive foul. Foul's called on Welch. Second.
Bonners, we have a substitution in. Emma Pinkerton comes back into the game, as does Sierra Pettish.
Wallace shows 2-3 zone on the inbound. Cutter right side for the Badgers. And baseline pass with a foul. Johnson trying to Dave Oaks got her hand straight up. He saw it different. I'll put Blackmore at the line for 2 shots. First one, no good. Neither team shooting the ball very well from the free throw line this evening. Second shot for Blackmore. There we go. 7-point game, 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter, excuse me.
Yep.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Traveling call on. Well, the Badgers got a little production out of their press that time. Turned the Miners over.
On the floor right now for the Miners, Welch, House, Berger, Johnson, and Morin. Morin diving on the floor for the rebound. Picked up by Blackmore, right side, misses an easy layup. There we go. Foul called against the Badgers. Foul's called on 41, I believe.
41 for the Badgers.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
14.
14
Yep.
is Sierra Pettish.
And that's her 4th foul, so she'll stay in the game with 4 fouls here with 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
And it surprises me as freely as they substituted early in the game. Nice little turnaround. That's by number 45 for the Miners, Brianna Burgum.
Wonderful, graceful drive by number 2, Bailey Blackmore. Basket counts. Coach Farkas wants a timeout. Foul's called on Berger. That's her 2nd foul of the game, and that'll lead to a 30-second timeout.
All right. And we'll take a short break. I'm back on. You on? Okay.
Welcome back to the action. Miners facing a 7-point deficit with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. For the Badgers, number 2, Bailey Blackmore at the line.
Between the rebounds and baskets, we should be very familiar with Bailey Blackmore by now.
She's been all over the place here today. Once again, tied up. Badgers tie up the Miners, but the Miners retain possession. The jump ball. I don't think that'll be the last jump ball this evening. Screen set by Welch to get Hill open. Ball's inbounded to Welch, brings it up left side, showing a nice left-handed dribble.
Nice pass. And
Pass to the middle of the house.
Beautiful job.
Followed by 2 passes and a wonderful layup to Bergam. Wonderful example of teamwork there for the Miners. We need more of that.
I think Coach Farkas would like to see that every time.
She's extolling her girls to play hard. Get the spots. Cut them off. Foul called by Hill. 4th team foul of the second half.
Good effort by Hill. She was going for the steal and just had a little too much body there.
Good timeout for the Miners. Seemed to inspire the girls. Ball's inbounded to Villaluz. Villaluz dribbles left side, facing a 2-3 zone. She passes back right side to Sadie Hill. Passes it right inside the Blackmore. Drives to the hoop, gets her own rebound and a putback. 42-35, Badgers lead. House brings it up left side, facing some full court pressure. Drives to the hole. Shot attempt no good. Off the
Knocked out
Badgers.
of bounds off of Blackmore. For 23 coming in for the Badgers, Sierra Hill.
Miners set up an out-of-bound look. Johnson will inbound. Passes up top to Welch. Drives middle. Jump stop shot. No good. Rebound. Bonners Ferry. Bonners Ferry pushes it up. Once again, there's Blackmore. Blackmore drives right down the middle. Gets the return pass for an easy basket and a foul. On the floor. How's it? Okay.
No, I think it was on the shot. She made the basket, and she's going for a bonus. Maybe not.
Some confusion by the referee. They're not going to give the Badgers back the ball after a made attempt. They're going to get together and straighten this out.
I guess they're deciding whether it was on the floor before the shot or whether it was on the shot. He made the shot. It's not sure if they called it earlier.
Looks to be some uncertainty on the floor.
Like Oaks will get them straightened out.
This would be the point of the game where if we were sitting courtside, then they'd come over and give us an explanation. But we don't have the luxury of getting that up here, so we'll just have to make our best guess.
Apparently it was not on the shot. The Badgers retain possession and do not get the basket. So,
if I had to guess, I'd say it was a shot on the block out after the layup attempt, or a foul off ball as the basket was going in, which would have given him the ball back. But hard to tell. Pressure again by Bonners Ferry. Handled by Welch, showing a good right-handed dribble. Passes it up. Boy, they're doing a wonderful job passing down there. Bergam's fouled. She'll shoot 2 shots.
Thought it was going to be a repeat of that last time the Miners broke the press on a fast break and got it to Bergam underneath.
Well, they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Battles it out. 13 coming in for Bonners Ferry. That would be Mia Blackmore.
Coach Hinthorn making full use of his 2-person bench this evening. He's getting girls in and out. I thought they started with 3, but there just seems to be 2 active players on the bench right now.
Huh.
Second shot by Bergam's good. Cut the lead to 8. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Now the Miners seem to be inspired. Talking on defense, however, a corner 3-pointer hit by the Badgers, number 23, Sierra Hill. Timely shooting.
They're starting to stretch that lead out. 11-point lead for the Badgers.
Wallace needs to do their best to get an easy bucket here. Bring it back within 10. They're getting good looks. They're not making layups this evening. Another corner 3 attempt by 23 Hill, no good. Rebound. Miners, Sarah Johnson. Here goes Hill, left side. Attempts to drive middle, passes right side to Welch, looks inside to Johnson. That's there.
That was a beautiful look inside. It looked like she was open and they came out on her and she dropped it underneath for an easy bucket.
Wallace really needs to find those open spots, and that's a travel. Oop.
I think Bailey Blackmore's headed back to the line.
Two shots in the third foul recorded against Wallace's Brianna Burgum. 16 fouls for both. Will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
First one's a miss.
Checking into the game for Burgum is number 3, Morin. Megan Morin comes back in. One shot remaining for Blackmore.
She's shooting this one from 15. Most of them have been from point blank, but
she's pretty good from both distance.
She has a nice touch. Good rotation on the ball, and she makes the second one.
10-point lead for the Badgers. Let's go, Miners. Welch brings the ball down against no pressure. Quick cut by House results in a foul. We'll shoot free throws.
Emma Pinkerton, I believe they got on that foul.
Well, if the Miners can make this a little bit closer in terms of baskets, we'll see if we can turn it into a free throw shooting contest.
The third foul on Pinkerton.
And foul trouble is bound to be a problem for Bonners Ferry this evening, as they just don't have a lot of depth with a few players out. House makes her first. Lines up the second shot. It's up. No good. Rebounded by Blackmore. Blackmore advances the ball right side to Pinkerton. Pinkerton's pass is partially deflected by Welch. Forces a shot left side. Rebound Blackmore. Should have been a jump ball.
Oh, my. Well, Miners might have caught a break there. Blackmore made the basket, but was called for the travel before the shot. So, all back to the Miners.
Sometimes to be successful, you have to be both lucky and good. House working hard to get the ball. Back cut. Jaden House being guarded by 25, Emma Pinkerton. She's not letting her out of her sight. Miners taking advantage of the mismatches the other way around. Jump ball called by referee Oakes. And Badgers retain possession.
9-point lead. 48-39. Bonners Ferry, 126 left in the third quarter.
Wallace needs to try to keep this under 10 going into the last quarter. Showing zone.
Kick.
Ball thrown. Kick ball. The Badgers ball out of bounds on the sideline. Nice crowd out on a Tuesday night. Support the Miners. 3-point attempt. Left side no good. Rebounded Blackmore. Passes down low to
Blackmore's rebound and put back. Well, that wasn't Blackmore that time.
Sierra Hill.
Yeah,
Sierra Hill got that one.
Yeah.
Less than a minute left, third quarter. Shot by Morin, left side, rebound. Hill, good position. Dribbles back out to reset. Finds her spot, left side, jump shot, no good. You can tell the Miners are trying to make a concerted effort to get to get the rebounds. City Hill drives right side, called for a double dribble. Miners ball, half a minute left.
Yeah, I think you're right, Barry. Miners would hope to go into that fourth quarter down just single digits. They're down 11 now.
These have been two competitive matchups so far between the Badgers and the Miners this year. Evenly matched squads.
Skylar Hill puts it up. Oh,
nice entry pass by Welch to Hill, who misses it, but rebounded by Johnson and put back.
The Miners cut it to 9.
Miners are a good passing team. Now they're showing a little bit more pressure. 4 seconds remaining in the quarter. Long 3-point shot by Hill, no good. Rebounded
That's it. We're going into the fourth quarter. The Badgers lead the Miners 50-41, and we'll take a short break.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter here at Kirby Krulitz Court. Bring you back with a 9-point Bonners Ferry lead. Competitive game so far. Wallace would do well to continue to move the ball and find open shots with box and one pressure on Jaden House. There's a lot of other openings out there. House is working hard to get the ball, though, moving without the ball, staying active.
Skylar
Three-point
Hill,
attempt
that's
from
one
Hill.
fly. Oh, she's got a nice-looking shot, and she's just been in and out on a few shots. She's made some, but really close on the ones she hasn't.
Miners.
Oh, good pressure there.
Oh, nice
They
hands.
bat it away. Can they get to it? And they do.
Controlled by the Miners. Welch pass to House. House right side to Hill. Hill back to House up top. Good movement of the ball. Keep it moving, Miners. Hill finds her shot.
Just off again.
Baseline move by Welch. Reverse layup attempt, no good. Rebounded, wonderful passing. The Miners do a great job of sharing the ball in there, making that one extra pass to find openings and cut the lead to 7.
That basket, I believe, was Ellie Welch, was it not? For 23?
23 Welch, yep.
And the Miners cut it to 7. 50-43.
I'm interested to see if the Miners make any adjustments to the way they're defending Blackmore, and it seems that they have Morin on it right now. Similar to what the Badgers are doing to Wallace. They're just starting to pay a lot more attention to her, which is a good adjustment by Coach Farkas. Baseline.
Blackmore just presents matchup problems. She's quite a bit taller.
Moves very well for a tall girl, too.
Yeah, she handles the ball well. They got the outlet to her, and I was confident she was going to take her down the floor without having to wait for the rest of the team there.
Bailey Blackmore's a senior this year, so this will be her last time in Krulitz Court. As an opponent, it's nice to see some former athletes from this area come back in coaching. There's one, I believe, at Clark Fork at this time. That'll take Sadie Hill to the line. She'll shoot 1 and 1. First shot's up. Good. Free throws and ball possession become so important here in these closing minutes of the game. Oh.
Lane violation against the Miners. Give them an extra shot.
Hill's second shot up and good. Can't be given any more chances than they need here.
Ara Villaluz is back in the game.
On the floor for the Miners, Johnson, Welch, Hill, Morin, and House. Ball goes right side to Hill. Looking to cut. Great cut by Johnson. Out right side to Morin. Shot attempt no good. Weak side rebound by Welch. And in the scramble, the ball goes out of bounds off the Miners. Bonners Ferry ball.
Little confusion on the floor. Got some more substitutions coming in.
Substitutes in the game for the Badgers.
23, Sierra Hills back in.
Ball goes left side. 3-point attempt, no good. Rebound Hill. Here come the Miners. Full court drive.
Hill drives it all the way down, but charges into Bailey Blackmore. (54-43) Badgers, 5:45 left in the game.
Welch showing a little bit of pressure. Trying to force the Badgers into a trap on the side, I believe. Handle well. Hill, top of the key, passes right side to Pinkerton. Baseline drive.
And the Miners knock it away. Hill's bringing it up.
Ball's passed. Open shot, left side. The Morin in and out. Boy, the Miners aren't having much luck this evening.
Warren had a good look at it. Looked like it was going down, but happened. And the Miners get the rebound.
There's the ball.
Turn it over.
And turned back over to the Miners. House has the ball. She's going to try to make something happen. Drives right down the middle of the lane. Shot attempt no good. Gets her own rebound. Jaden House is giving a wonderful effort this evening. Controlled by the Badgers. Brought back up.
Out of bounds to the Badgers. Coach Farkas calls timeout. 4:48 left. Badgers 54, Miners 43. Big short break. Back on? Back on, Barry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back. 54-43. Bonners Ferry. Coach Farkas timeout. Hope she inspires her girl to get some rebounds, make some shots. Ball's to Blackmore. Looks like she may have walked there. Boy, the Miners are playing scrappy defense.
Pressure by Hill turns the Badgers over, and here come the Miners. Hill didn't start, but she's played about the last 3 quarters pretty steadily, and she's been giving the Miners a good boost.
Miners trying to pass and cut against 2-3 zone by the, still a box and one. Looks like still a box and one. House has the ball in her hands now, though. She dribbles right side. Jump stops, takes a look. No good. Ellie Welch drives left side. Passes down low to Hill, who's there for a shot attempt. No good. Out of bounds to the Miners.
I think Oaks may have a foul call on that. Like the Miners are lining up for a free throw.
Grace Hunter will shoot 1-on-1. First attempts from the line this evening for Grace. First shot's up, no good. Rebound by Pinkerton, brings it down the court. Passes up top, inbounds pass to Blackmore. Badgers doing a good job of moving the ball. Shot attempt no good. As Pinkerton tries to save the ball, goes out of bounds off of her to the Miners. 3.5 minutes left.
Miners have had a few stops here, but they just haven't been able to have production on the other end after the stops. Running out of time here. And Blackmore with the rebound.
Bonner's Ferry doing a wonderful job rebounding. Not very many second shot attempts for Wallace this evening. Bonners looks to slow it down a little bit. Pinkerton up top. They draw everybody out. Get it into Blackmore right in the middle. Left side, 12-footer. Good for Bonners Ferry's Sierra Hill. Back down quickly is House. House up top to Johnson. Johnson looks in. Welch has it left side. Looking in, looking in. Crowded. Outlet pass blocked by Pinkerton. Now she has the ball. She's headed down court. Passes left side to Pettish. Pettish, layup attempt no good. Swatted from the back by Jaden House. She has Welch up ahead.
And Welch has a free look at.
And basket's good.
And one. She's going to go to the line for a chance at a three-point play. Miners down 11, 56-45. 2:35 left in the game. Bonners Ferry calls timeout.
Once again, just want to thank the sponsors, Loving Care and More, La Riviera Incorporated, McGilvery Environmental, Dave Smith Motors, Mike's Specialty Welding, and the Frank Moorbeck Community Foundation. Thank you, guys.
Still got Donnie Berger's Ace Hardware there. Zanetti Brothers. Did we get Zanetti Brothers in there?
I wasn't trying to leave them out. I mentioned them earlier. I just got around to getting those guys. But we thank all the sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors.
Idaho Silver Shop, McGilvery Environmental. Take a quick break.
Okay, well, I think we're back. Here's our bonus attempt.
Ellie Welch at the line. Chance to bring the Miners within 10. Second shot up and no good. Rebound. Nice job trying to keep it alive by Chloe Selke.
He knocked it away from Bailey Blackmore. We haven't knocked many balls away from her. That was some progress.
I think Coach Hinthorn is substituting so often. He's trying to handle his foul situation. And we're taking a redo of the score here. Substitute waiting. .45-56 is where we're at right now. All right, back to the action. Badgers inbound the ball against Wallace. Full court, man-to-man pressure.
Honors breaks it easily and gets a look underneath and up and in. 58-45.
That's the problem with applying full court pressure. Sometimes layups are easier to get.
Selke got a little bit of a look underneath, but it's off and the Badgers bring it up the court. And guess who?
Blackmore having a wonderful game.
Yeah.
Great energy, great enthusiasm. She's all over the place. She's playing defense. She's playing offense. Wonderful game for
Bailey Blackmore.
Bailey Blackmore. There's Johnson on the nice cut. Left-handed hook shot, no good. Boy, the Miners are getting the ball to the right spots. They're just not making the shots. Hopefully, with more experience over the course of the season, that'll change. Bonners Ferry inviting the Warriors or the Miners out to play defense. They come out. They have no choice at this point. With a minute and a half left in the game. 15-point deficit.
Like Bonners will just let the air out of it a little bit here and try to run this clock down.
Not Blackmore. She's still cutting and looking for the ball. There's a scrum on the floor. House is fighting for it. We have a jump ball. I'll go back to Bonners Ferry.
Couple of substitutions in for the Miners. Number 14.
McKelvey Specht
Yeah.
in the game for the first time for the Miners.
And can't see the number.
Grace Hunter, number 40,
Oh.
Grace Hunter back in the game for the Miners. We're nearing 1 minute left in the game. Drive right side by Bonners Ferry is no good. Rebounded by Hunter. Nice grab.
Good.
She's fighting for it. Well done.
Grace Hunter was not going to let that ball get away. Fought hard for it.
And Miners ball with 1 minute left.
Badgers drop off on the press. They'll be content to let that clock run.
Back inbound
Nice
ball.
pass by Hunter and back and underneath. Oh, the Miners got a wide open look underneath Selke, and it was just fell a little short.
And
Like that'll be a foul on the Miners. Number 20, Jaden House.
Pinkerton will go line. Shoot 2. Well, it's hard to play. It's hard to play offense when you got a person following you around the entire time, devoted to denying you the basketball, and that's what Jaden House has faced this second half after a quick start to the game.
He had really had it going from the three-point line. First shot misses Bonners. Second shot way, and that misses also. Miners rebound.
House pushes the ball left side. Changes direction. Stolen by 25. Pinkerton.
And
Scrum
now
on the
it's
floor. Another jump ball.
substitutions in. Luz is into the game again, as is here Pettish.
Nice job by Coach Hinthorn tonight handling his lack of depth there on the bench. Nobody's fouled out as of yet. Miners will be back in action on Saturday. Go to Priest River with the boys. They play at 3 o'clock.
Miners continues to work it around underneath, gets a good shot, but the Miners rebound and bring it up the floor. Looks like they'll maybe get one more possession here.
Kelby Speck does a nice job of handling the ball on her way up. Passes left side to House, who's sniffing out a shot. Shot attempt, no good.
That brings it to a close with the final score: Bonners Ferry Badgers 60 and the Wallace Miners 45. Well, it was stretched out at the end by Bonners Ferry. The Miners hung close for a good portion of the game.
Good competitive game. Miners gave a good effort, as did the Badgers.
Yeah, it wasn't good effort on both sides. It was good working with you, Barry. And
Nice work with you, Mr.
Yeah.
McGee.
And we will be signing off.
Good night, folks.
Hope you folks enjoyed it. Good night.